Have you ever tasted a vegetable that's like a cross between cabbage and apples? Meet kohlrabi, one of the most unique, fast-growing, and surprisingly delicious vegetables you can grow, even in a small garden like mine. I discovered kohlrabi early in my gardening journey, and once I tasted it, I was hooked. It is crisp, slightly sweet, and full of nutrients, and now it's one of my absolute favorites to grow. In today's video, I want to walk you through exactly how to grow, harvest, and enjoy kohlrabi in your own garden, even if you've never grown it before. And stick around because I'm also sharing one of my favorite simple way to prepare it in the kitchen. You're going to love it. If you're new here, welcome to My Thriving Garden. I'm Lani and I'm here to help you grow a thriving garden no matter the space. So why should you grow kohlrabi? Well, besides being incredibly easy to grow, it's also one of the fastest growing brassicas, ready to harvest in as little as 45 to 60 days. And did you know that kohlrabi is packed with vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants? It's like a powerhouse of nutrition in a cute round package. Kohlrabi is a cool season veggie. It's perfect for planting in early spring and again in late summer for fall harvest. It does best in temperatures between 40 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to give mine a head start by planting seeds indoors as early as January, then transplanting them outdoors around early March. After hardening off, gradually getting them used to outdoor conditions, I plant my kohlrabi directly into raised beds. When planting, I first pull back the mulch, then dig a hole for each seedling. I like to add a vegetable fertilizer that supports leafy greens or a balanced organic fertilizer to give them a healthy boost as they grow. Starting them inside helps protect them from the harsh cold and slowly get them used to the outer temperatures before planting them out. They can handle a bit of frost, especially if you cover them or have them in a greenhouse. You can also plant kohlrabi in late summer for a second round. If you're gardening in a warmer climate, give them a little shade. Either plant in a partial shade or use a shade cloth to keep them from bolting in the heat. You can grow kohlrabi from seeds or transplants. If starting from seeds, plant them about a quarter inch deep or about twice the size of the seed and space them at least 12 inches apart. Some gardeners go as close as 6 to 8 inches, but in my experience, 12 inches gives the plant more room to grow big, just like their cousins broccoli and cauliflower. Pro tip, if you're gardening in a small space or a raised bed, try planting them in a grid pattern instead of a row. It helps you maximize every inch of growing space. Now you might be wondering, can I grow kohlrabi in a container? Absolutely. Just make sure to use a container that's at least 5 gallons, though bigger is always better. And don't forget to drill holes to prevent soggy roots and root rot. Kohlrabi needs consistent moisture to stay tender and juicy. Water deeply 1 to 2 times per week depending on the weather. For fertilizer, use a balanced organic fertilizer every 3 to 4 weeks. Too much nitrogen will make it leafy instead of producing that delicious bulb, so be careful when using nitrogen fertilizer. Cabbage worms are one of the most common pests when growing kohlrabi and other plants in the Brassica family. One way to deal with them is by manually removing the tiny eggs that cabbage moth leaves on the underside leaves and catching them before they hatch. You can also use BT or Bacillus thuringiensis, a natural spray that targets caterpillars. Once they chew on leaves treated with BT, they stop eating and eventually die. It's super effective, but the downside is that you'll need to reapply it after every rain. That said, my favorite way to protect kohlrabi is by using a physical barrier like fine insect netting or a cover system. It keeps cabbage moth from laying eggs in the first place, which means less pest checking and less spraying for me. It's a simple fix that saves a lot of time and effort. If you're not familiar with the term bolting, it simply means the plant is starting to flower and go to seed before it fully matures. If your kohlrabi starts sending up a flower stalk when it's getting high or when they produce a bunch of side shoots, that means the weather has gotten too hot. That's why timing is everything when it comes to growing kohlrabi. Plant it during the cooler months to avoid early bolting and get a nice tender harvest. This kohlrabi started to bolt unexpectedly and sent out tons of side shoots. But instead of getting frustrated, I decided to treat it like a kale plant. The leaves are completely edible and can be cooked just like kale or collard, so even though it didn't form a bulb, nothing went to waste. Kohlrabi is ready once the bulb reaches about 3 to 4 inches in diameter. Harvest by cutting at the base, which is very easy depending on how thick the stem has become. But the best part is you can eat the whole plant. The leaves taste like kale and are great in stir fries and making greens. And if you're wondering how to eat kohlrabi, try eating it raw like an apple, turning it into slaw, stir frying it, or adding it to soups. One of my favorite ways to enjoy it is julienne and slaw or stir fried along with other veggies. It's so good, trust me. So, have you tried growing kohlrabi before? What's your favorite way to eat it? Let's chat in the comments. I hope this video gave you the confidence to try growing kohlrabi if you haven't yet in your own garden. I have a feeling that you're going to love it just as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on small space gardening. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening!